teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panther offense ready to go for their first possession. And at the helm, you see him in his first year in Carolina after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And we get a look at Jameis Winston ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
Throughout his career, few have doubted Jameis Winston's ability to throw the football. The concerns, they've always centered around his accuracy and taking care of it. When he makes good decisions on the field, excellent numbers usually result.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now it's Darnold. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Darnold. Again, he finds Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. This is McCaffrey on the give. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Out left to Anderson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. On 3rd down, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Broken tackle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Darnold. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. 30. The 20. 10. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints on one play have taken the lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And these guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st down, Darnold. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. Not much there, only a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Darnold to throw again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play fake. Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 1st down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 24, Darnold. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Open man is Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
It would be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
Well, it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore as the 1st half is winding down. And the Panthers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 29, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here, Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin in the Meadowlands, an AFC East matchup between New England and the New York Jets. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The Jets hoping to get into the win column for the first time this year as they play in front of their home crowd. From there, we head over to the Windy City to check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And as you see, they are currently all tied with the visiting Denver Broncos. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They go play action. Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. Frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux. But that's a nice grab there to pick up the 1st down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Play action now, Winston. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, he's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Off the play fake, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up only suiting up for 7 games, 40 catches. That's a tough drop because in 2019, had 149 catches, an NFL record.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he fires one incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 40-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
All day, baby, all day.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll try to throw now, Winston. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to let it go again. And that would be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now it's Darnold. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense.
He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just wanted you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, Winston. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Faking the give, Darnold. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
We have played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Come on, fellas.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. You think about Super Bowl 51, Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on their way to a 2-0 start. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
What's good on the extra point? And it's now 21-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And on
onto the field. Here come the Panthers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Powering forward. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Coming left is Kamara. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Sam Darnold heading back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th, and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
People often refer to him by his exotic nickname, but Tyrann Mathieu, a career-high 6 interceptions in 2020, and with his instincts, 4 of them were off of tip balls. Named an all-pro safety for the 3rd time, he just adds to his total.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. J.C. Horn up to make the tackle. 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the lost a bit off the total on that carry.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it